Hello my lovelies and welcome. This is what October holds for us. So I hope that you had a good September and that my first ever sort of general pick a card for the month worked well for you last month. So we're going to go again with October. So October is my birthday month. So pick a card, whatever you're drawn to. Go with it. The very first thing that you are like, oh, so this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Whichever you were drawn to first, stick with it. I always find that is the best way to do it, because once I start thinking about it, I've got all 3 piles in my head then. So focus, take time, even if you need to pause the video and meditate and feel which one feels right to you, please do so. And I will put the timestamp below for each pile so that you don't have to watch all the way through. I got you. So pile 1, my October peoples. Let's have a little looky what we got here for you. That way around, isn't it? Oh, okay. Right. Where am I drawn to first? Oh, first, I am drawn to these 2 beauties, relationships. So we have the soulmate and passion. So October feels like if you're in a relationship, it instantly feels like that sort of reigniting a passion or, you know, a bit of a spark again. It's that sort of feeling of things have been a little bit samey, haven't been going on date nights and just being a bit like, you know, especially with the winter sort of time, of feeling like you'd rather get a takeaway and watch some Netflix. This feels like it's saying that there is a reignition, or that you need to reignite the passion. You need to put in a little bit of effort is what I'm getting. You need a little effort in that side of your life, because things, especially with winter, things do just tend to fizzle out a bit and you don't go out as much, you don't see people as much, you can get too stuck on your phones, I feel, as well, and not actually connect. If you're single, however, I feel like October is that sort of month. Well, I actually feel like with the soulmate one, I feel like this is you, like you finding a little love for yourself again, because my heart chakra, when I looked at that, was like, whoo. And this could also be that you're finding somebody. There will be a connection with somebody coming into your sort of vision, and to let things just run their course. Group 1, I feel like when it comes to relationships, it's a bit more like you like things your way, or you like to make things happen. You're more of an organizer, creator, and it's more like, it feels more formatted. So this is saying, have that freedom, just let things roll, let things just come naturally. Don't think about it, just let things be. Don't overthink things. Oh, and then I've just realised we also have the lover card. So, October, pile 1. I'm loving this energy. So look at those 3 there. So you've got the reconnecting as well, if you're in a relationship, this one, of that, you know, that stagnant energy that has been feeling there. It's that reconnecting. It's even literally holding hands again. It feels like that hasn't been done for a long time. There hasn't been that sort of romance. There hasn't been that sort of passion, which is this one, there. And it's about bringing that back, really bring that back. New relationships, it really is looking out for that person. Not necessarily looking out, just be more open, more open to new people that are coming into your life, and finding that sort of connectedness to that person, because I feel like that you will feel it when that person is like, oh, I like your vibe, you know, you can feel it. So look out for that. When that feeling comes up, just go, yes, I feel you, and then let that ride, let that just flow by itself naturally. Don't try and force anything. Also with this one, I do feel like there is a reconnecting with yourselves as well. So that would, what I was feeling with the heart side just now, it is feeling like that sort of reconnecting with yourself. Like, I don't think we could get better cards for you guys, because we also have the Two of Cups with the Lovers. So this again is that sort of relationship, finding a balance. And again, the ones in a relationship, going out for a meal, reconnecting, get yourselves out of this rut. It's so easy to fall into a rut, but you need to pick yourselves out. And it's so easy to blame the other person as well, I feel like, with pile one. So easy to blame the other person. And then they also blame you. And there is sort of arguments that have been or are brewing. And it's just because it's boredom, it's lack of sort of passion and energy. So it's about bringing that back, bringing a balance back into your relationship. And celebrating as well, especially for ones that have been in long-term relationships, celebrating surviving each other so long, you know, it's that sort of, damn, we've done good. You need to celebrate that, because if we become so stuck in a rut, so like same old, day in, day out, you've got kids running about, you're doing this, you got your business, you got that, and you kind of neglect each other. It happens, it's normal. But this is saying October is the month to reconnect with each other. And I also just had babies. So there may be some of you that are wanting a baby or trying for a baby, but it feels like this month is more of a positive action towards that for you. Oh, I love, what a great start. Right, what else have we got here? Oh, I'm really dizzy. Right, I feel uncomfortable sitting on the floor, but I can't, I don't have a proper setup. I need a proper setup. Okay, so financially, I feel like, first of all, there just felt like a bit of a heaviness, a bit of concern around monies and just the general sort of stress sort of feeling. I have financial healing here for you, so it does feel like things are improving. And with this one here, with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like this is like a savings as well, or like as well I get like money tied up as well. There could be some money tied up. And I also get like credit cards, and with the financial healing, it feels like credit cards or debts reducing. Think that it's like there's been a movement in the amount that you have. It feels like there's maybe a bit of a chunk that's being paid off, or you're not just paying interest, you're actually paying things off. Feels like there is a shift with the money side. It does feel positive, but I also want to say not to hold on to things too tightly as well. Money does need to move for money to come in. There has to be this movement, but I do want to caution group number one. Group number one feels like they may be a little bit spendy, or have been a little bit spendy of late. Even though there has to be a movement of money, which is energy flowing, there is like a cap that is needed. You know, set yourself an amount that is for you to buy things that you want a month, rather than just going, oh, that's pretty, I'm going to buy that, and then the next day you see something else and buy that. So just a bit of caution around the money as well. But it is feeling like October is a good month financially and things improving. Okay, so then I want to move on here, and it feels like there is a need for some foundations, some boundaries with some people. And I want to bring this one in here, because I've got caution is warranted, look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. So it feels like with group one, there's a situation where you are thinking about doing something, and I also get a house as well. So if you're thinking of buying a house, I want to put a bit of caution here in making sure that you get what do you call it, where you get like a survey, is it a survey done? There's just a bit of caution, I feel like, around this. With there's a house there, feels like there's a house move. This feels like, when the caution feels, if you're buying, it feels around making sure you're looking at all options, all things, and looking at the survey and things, because sometimes you get a bit carried away with, oh, this is the house that I want, and you fall in love with it, but there may be underlying things that need looking at. Renting feels like, just make sure that the people that you are renting from put your deposit into a protection bond or whatever it is. There's some caution around there, that you just need to look at a little bit. Also with this, with the foundations, it feels as well that there is a need to step back within yourself. And again, I get this thing of the phones. Group 1, you feel like you're on your phone all the time, scrolling, kind of like ignoring other people, not meaning to, but like there's that sort of involved in some funny video that you're watching or whatever. And the sort of family life is getting a little bit neglected. I want you to put your phones down. I want you to reconnect. So the way that this is with this card in that sort of, it's like go to a log cabin in the middle of nowhere, that sort of feeling. No Wi-Fi. It's that sort of cleansing, I feel, is needed, of just being able to reconnect with your family again. Definitely feels family orientated. And this may, if it's not you that is that person, it may be someone around you, especially with kids as well. It's just get them off the tabs, get them off PlayStations, and get them outside as well, and just reconnecting with each other, because it can get lost. Right, now, I can't pick it up. What do we have? Oh. Okay, so here, take these two first. So we've got the deer and the guidance here. And the deer to me is like your intuition, listening to your intuition. The guidance is listening to your inner compass. Here, this feels like a decision is needed. It feels like there is a decision for you to make, or you've been thinking about making, and this is saying listen to your intuition, listen to where you are being guided to. What is it that makes your heart jump? What is it that is like when you think about it, it's like, yes, that is what I want. This is what I get with these cards, is to really focus and listen to what it is that your heart is wanting, to reconnect with yourself again, and don't be hasty in your decisions. This month, October, Group 1, do not be hasty in decisions, because you've got this sort of caution as well. You need to make sure you take your time before making decisions. And again, this plays into here with making sure that you are listening to the intuition. So if you are getting like a survey done or something, and it comes back and something is like, it's just not quite as you wanted because it's going to cause more problems or more money is going to be needed, then listen to what your intuition is telling you. Is it saying it's worth doing, or is it saying, no, you can't do that, you need to walk away from that, there will be another house available? And that, I feel, is the biggest thing for you as well, because it feels like Group 1, you're wanting stability, you are wanting a home, you are wanting something for yourself, and you need to remember that the universe has got your back. You are being guided, and even if this feels like the absolute perfect, and if you miss out on this, that's it, it's all lost, you're never going to find anything like it again, you're wrong. It will come to you when it is needed, and it will be bigger, better, more sort of feeling when you see it. It will be like through your bones, like it will be, you will know, and you think you know now in the one that you have or thinking of having. It's like there will be another that comes up that will be just as good, but you have to trust in the universe, and by trusting it, it will bring it about quicker as well. When you're thinking that's it, I'm never going to find a house like this, then you're going to be putting blocks on it, and it will take longer for you to find it. So you really have to trust that you are being divinely guided to where you are needed. And then I've asked for a animal for each pile of the energy for the pile to take on. So you, Group 1, have the butterfly, so you need to take on the butterfly energy, which is transformations. So this is a month of transforming. This does feel like, there's the romance side feels like it feels good, it feels connected, it feels passionate, it feels quite powerful, it feels uplifting. Then we've got the financial side, which is healing, but there is a little bit of concern around it, where a little bit of attention is needed in making sure you're not overspending. And then you've got that sort of inner guidance and the house in that side of things, and where you want to be moving. So there's a lot of separate things going on in your life. It feels quite a little bit hectic, but it's a nice hectic feeling. It's like things are moving. So Group 1, you are needing to take on this sort of transformational energy, and it says get ready for a big breakthrough. So October feels so good for you. And then you've also got the new moon. So that again is about sort of cycles coming to an end. So you're leaving the past behind you and moving forwards. You are taking on this new energy. You have got your relationship going well. You have got your finances improving. You have got a wonderful home. You're building it. Your children are reconnecting with themselves when they put their phones down. It's just all this sort of new energy, new exciting stuff, new creative sort of ideas flowing as well. There's other things that may come up that you're like, oh, that might be a good idea. And just I want you to pay attention, group 1, of the ideas that come up. Maybe jot them down so that you can look over them when you move forwards in the next step, because I feel like there's going to be another step next month for you guys in taking something from this month into next month. And this here is new beginnings, starting a new project, time to take action, acknowledge parts of yourself that are not always our best selves. So again, this comes to as well within here of like, you may be somebody that overspends. You may be somebody that likes to put something on a credit card, but you really shouldn't. And it's that sort of acknowledging that within yourself and then working on it. You know, it's not like it's a bad thing about you. It's just that it's something that you can acknowledge and maybe make it a little bit better. You can maybe change it into more of a positive. And again, it does feel like there is this sort of new ideas coming up for you guys. So I do feel like, and it's like this coming in, it feels like it's quite a few different ideas. So really jot them down in what's coming through for you. And I will leave it there, my lovely, and I hope you have a wonderful October. And please let me know how it goes in the comments below. Group 2. Let's have a look what October holds for you. Oh, we got a lot of pinks coming out on that one. Right, let's have a little looky here. So, what am I drawn to first? Where are we going first? Okay, the first thing I want to go to is the Knight of Wands here. Now, group 2 for October, sorry, Mama. So this feels, with this card, it feels like there's some sort of conflict within yourself. Possibly somebody around you. Feels it more to do with inside. It feels like there is this sort of imbalance, and actually this would relate here with the chakra clearing. So it feels like there is an imbalance within you. You haven't been feeling quite yourself. You haven't been feeling quite right. And there is this sort of need of clearing the chakras, of sitting and imagining your chakras clearing, whether you go for Reiki, crystal healing, whatever it is that you find balances you the most, whether it's going outside and connecting with the earth. It's what feels right for you in what you should do. This does feel though, like with the Knight of Wands, so you've got this sort of, feels a little bit like an inner battle, you know, like it's like wanting to do things, but there's also part of you that is either too tired or doesn't have the time to do things. So it's like acknowledging that part of you for a start, but also knowing that you do hold the power. So if you see here, he has a wand on the other side of him to that dragon there, and he is like, he's prepared. I feel like there's a preparedness within you as well. He's prepared for whatever is about to be thrown at him. So I do feel like there is something, it does feel a bit bumpy for you, October, pile 2. It feels like there's a bit of whether it's conflict or conflict within yourself, it feels like there is it's a bit unsettled, and it's that need to draw on that power within you. And also I feel like it can also be you spouting out to others because you are feeling so unsettled and unbalanced in yourself, and again it's that sort of acknowledgement of that is how you are and how you're feeling. Then I want to come here, I want to come to the Four of Cups and the forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I feel like this is quite powerful. This feels like there is like trauma that is in your past. It feels relationship side as well. and family. It depends. Some of you it will be relationships, some of you it will be family. And it is this release that is needed. I feel like this pile could be my pile for the month, you know. And this is saying, like, it is time to let go of stuff. It has been with you for way too long. It needs to be let go. It's ready to be let go. But we do tend to hold on to things whether we want to or not. Subconsciously, we just hold on to things. We let that stuff fester. So if something is coming up for you this month, whether it's seeing like an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband or something, or a family member that gets your sort of like hairs up, where you're like, whoo, I can feel your energy, and you've got that sort of negativity towards them, then this is saying, right, that is that moment to say, it's time to let this go. You're holding on to things that aren't needed, and your energy is affecting your life because you're holding it within yourself and you're not realizing how much it's actually seeping out into other areas of your life as well. And it's that sort of, so with the Four of Cups, it's that finding that, I feel like finding a balance within yourself again. And with the forgiveness, it feels like there is this, there's this longing as well to let it go, but you just haven't known how to let it go or whether you should let it go. But now is the time to let it go, because if you're focusing on the things that you can't control or that have happened that you can't do anything about, then it's pointless. It is pointless. You need to be refocusing your mind right now. You need to focus on the things that are new, that are exciting, that make you feel good about yourself, not dwelling on the past, not dwelling on the things that have hurt you, have been stuck within you, that you then take into new relationships, that you put your guard up, that you then have trust issues. It's time to let it all go. It is time to open yourself up back up to the world again. It's time to be vulnerable to those around you, but to yourself as well, because it feels like you are so guarded. Group 2, you feel very guarded, and it does feel like it is past hurts that have got you to this point. I've also got children here, and I feel like there is a need for focus. I had it in the last group actually, this focus around the children as well, of spending some quality time together. And again, I had this in the last pile where it is this sort of needing to reconnect. And with pile 2, I feel like children wise, it's about getting them outside. I know it comes to October and it can be colder and things, but I literally am seeing you put coats on them and getting them outside. Like, it's like their energies are becoming quite stagnant, and it's about really pushing them out and taking the dogs for a walk, going to the sea, having a walk by the sea. It doesn't have to necessarily be hours of fun outside. It's just that little bit of movement outside, just to get the wind in their hair a bit. And once they're out, this is the thing I feel, once your children are outside, they are like, yes, we're outside, they're fun, they're running around, they're making up games, chasing dogs, you know, but until they get outside, they just feel like, I don't want to go outside. No, it's too cold. I don't want to go outside. This is my children. So this is so my pile for this month. So it's about making them, just shoving them outside, making sure they're warm, obviously, parenting skills, and then just shove them outside. We then have 2 kings. We have the King of Swords and we have the King of Wands. Right, King of Swords first feels like, there's some like wisdom, there is some learning for you this month of October. There is some learning, whether this is online or at an actual like study in university, college, there's a learning, but there is also a life lesson. October is bringing you a life lesson, and it's going to be a good life lesson in like when it happens you're like, okay, well, I won't be doing that again. That you will learn from this one, because sometimes we repeat things over and over, we make the same mistakes over and over. you're going to learn from this one. You are going to learn, and it is going to be quite empowering as well, because you know, right, I am not putting up with that. I will not deal with that again. That's it. I'm done. And it's also with the sword, it's like that cutting, of cutting things away and being like, nope, I do not like that energy. I will not put up with that. Goodbye. So there's that learning that is coming in. It feels quite like a powerful learning. Like it feels quite, but also exciting, which I'm interested. I'm interested about that one, because I'm not sure where exactly that is lying, but like there is a lesson. And also there is this sort of studying that is there as well. If you have been thinking of doing a course, I feel like you should be doing the course. Have you been looking at something online, whether you may or may not do it. If you've been waiting for an answer for something, oh my god, this is so my reading, this is something I've been doing, and this is your yes. So I'm going to be starting a course in October. There is just this sort of beautiful energy that is going to come from October for you, and it will be to do with sort of the studying, the decision making of things, being clear on what you want and moving forwards with things. Then I've got the Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands, and this feels like there is health that is improving. Right, for some of you there is health improving. Others, there is this sort of blip in your health. So I feel like as well, if you're like a chronic illness sufferer like me, there is this sort of unsettled sort of feeling for October. It doesn't feel like the whole of October, but it does feel like there's this sort of I'm going to say beginning of October. It feels beginning of October where there's a bit of unsettled feeling, not feeling quite right, bit of a shake-up maybe there. So just be a little bit aware of that. It may just be that you're just feeling quite tired and not quite feeling right, or getting like a cold or flu. There's some kind of bug coming up. Because it is, again, getting to that time of year. Kids are coming home for God knows what. So just when you're getting that feeling, make sure you're resting. Group 2, I feel like you would push through. I do feel like you're somebody that's going to push through when you get poorly. I'm here to say don't. You need to rest. You are going to need to rest to get over it quicker, to be better. If you push through it, it's going to drag on for the whole month. So make sure that you are resting. If you don't like taking time off work to be sick, I do feel like this is your time to take some sick leave, and make sure you take a lot of time to really make sure it's out your system before you go back, because otherwise you'll you won't be fully past it. It won't be out your system, and it could reoccur. So making sure that you're really feeling better before you go back. Okay, I'm going to put this with here as well. I didn't see this one here. So we got the Hope. I love this card. This one to me is, it is spirit. It's spirit. Roses are like my nan. My nan is one of my spirit guides. She's always there. She's always like, and this is when I made this card. This is who I had in my mind when I was doing it. But this is also about hope as well. This is about that sort of finding hope. Group 2, I feel like it's finding hope for you guys. It feels like, again, where we've had here this sort of hardship, heartbreak, trauma. Now October feels like it's going to be the month where you are releasing stuff. It is time to release things, and it is that, again, relationships or past sort of family issues that have really hurt you, and it's that sort of really hurt you deep, but it is now, it's the perfect time now. October is a perfect time to really move forwards, move past that and heal. There is that healing that comes from that, which again can come with this card where I said that for some of you there will be this healing of October. For some of you, you will be getting like colds and flus and things. And then we have the connection, and again it feels like this goes with the children side of things, and connecting with outside, getting outside, being in nature. And again, it doesn't have to be that long. I do feel like I have to really say that it's not like you have to send them out for hours, although it would be quite nice. It's that just get them outside for a couple of minutes, or take them for a little walk somewhere, reconnect, let them sort of re-energize themselves, because it does feel as well like they're on the tabs too much or on the phones too much, so it's just disconnecting to reconnect. And then we have this time to release. Again, all of these cards, look at all these, look at them, is this as well. Like, it all goes together. I love it when cards all go together. It makes my soul so happy. So this is the time to release. This is getting rid of all the old. So all this baggage that we've got here, we are getting rid of that. Goodbye. And we are bringing in new energy. And it's this sort of, with the pinks as well, it feels like this sort of self-care, this love for yourself, finding yourself again. Put your intentions to paper, perform a full moon ritual, allow your emotions to surface. Now, okay, so I ran out of memory on my phone, so we are going to continue from where I left off, which was on the full moon card, and I was reading all your emotions, allow your emotions to surface. And for group 2, you feel like you struggle to let people know how you feel, and now, or to let people know how you feel, or even to let yourself know how you feel. So this is saying this month, October, is really about loving yourself, allowing yourself to let go of this so new energy can come in. And then I've got this one as well, which it relates to the healing of yourself and the if you're feeling poorly, to make sure you are taking time for yourself. So when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. So really step out of that sort of darkness that is there and that has been there for a while, and allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to have that time for you. I also had, so for every pile I picked a animal card, and and what I asked was, what energy did this pile need to take on? So as group 2, you need to take on the energy of a badger this month of October, which is perseverance. And I feel like this as well is to do with that perseverance of allowing yourself to let things go, because I feel like sometimes maybe you've tried in the past of letting things go, and then as soon as it's like getting closer and closer to let it go, you hold on and bring it right back in. So it's that perseverance that's needed, and dig in and see it through to completion. So really allowing yourself the whole of October to try and move through these sort of feelings, these emotions that may be coming up. And as well, there may be a few sort of battles along the way, because you may, when you're bringing things up, you may feel like you need to express them to somebody, whether it's the person that has hurt you or someone around you. And there is also this sort of caution that I feel, coming back to this very first card, of maybe somebody being a little bit unhappy of what you have to say, or how you're feeling, because they weren't maybe expecting it, or they didn't know that's how you were feeling because you've kept it all in. So it's a release for you, but also just be a little bit prepared if you are voicing your opinions to other people, that they may have also their opinion or their side of the story, and that it's not just one-sided. It is two sides to every story, and we can really sort of, in our minds, in our eyes, see things completely different to somebody else. So just be a little bit mindful as well as you're going through this sort of October and this transition, and persevering and digging deep and really going within, and taking everything on board, setting intentions, allowing yourself to heal, and also rest so that you can heal. And it's about balancing yourself, balancing those chakras out again as well, because you are unbalanced at the moment. You're not feeling quite connected and aligned as you should be. So I will leave that there for you, my lovelies, and I hope you have a wonderful October, and that you're a little bit more prepared, knowing that a few things that may be coming up for you. Okay, pile 3. If you're wondering why the imagery may have changed slightly to when I first started this video. It's because my phone ran out of memory, so I had to switch to my camera. So it's probably not as good a picture, but it will do to get your message out there, otherwise you wouldn't have had a message. So, pile 3, let's see what we got for you. I'm being attacked by my hair. Okay, right. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. There's a lot going on. Okay, now where do I want to start is the next thing. Okay, like I want to start like with the good, like sort of bright card that is coming straight at me. And this is like that sun. So this is the sun, this is like energy, this is new days, this is fresh starts, this is feeling quite good for October. This feels like a celebration as well in October. So there may be a birth or an announcement of a child within the family, or like outside the family but close. Yeah, I just feel like there's this very celebratory sort of feeling for October for you. Families coming together, connecting or reconnecting, reaching out to people. There is this sort of unity that comes with it as well. It's beautiful sort of energy. We also have, I want to come straight to these two here. Healing family issues and pay attention to red flags. So this feels like group 3, this is with your relationships. This feels like, right, my first thoughts here are for you to move forwards in a relationship, you need to heal some past issues, which also came up in pile 2. And this past issues is family issues is what is coming up here. There is a need to forgive and let go, again came up in pile 2, so there's a running theme for October. And also with the pay attention to red flags, I feel like there may be some issues where you have brushed things off in the past and let things go, but they are either resurfacing or it's things that have been building up within you and you need to let things out. So for October, relationship-wise, feels like there is some attention that is needed, and some decisions to be made as well. And as well, there's this sort of need for communication as well to really open up. So if you are in a relationship, it feels like there is a need to have a heart-to-heart conversation. And if you're not in a relationship, it is about sort of, I'm getting like on dates where there's some red flags, just because you there's this sort of thing where, oh yeah, overall it was really good, but there may have been 1 or 2 red flags in there that you kind of brushed off. Just be a little bit aware of that. Just kind of bring your focus back to sort of reality, because I feel like group 3, you may be looking for somebody and you really want somebody, especially with the winter months. We all like somebody in the winter months. So it's that sort of, that longing as well, I feel, for you. There's a longing for having somebody, but I want to say to you, and you need to be comfortable with having yourself for your own company and being happy in yourself to then move forward into a relationship. I want to also bring these two here with the 5 of Cups. Feels like that sort of dwelling on things again with past issues. There's a dwelling there. There is a there's a negativity around you as well. This may be mentally in yourself, or this may be people around you, and there is this only seeing the negative is what I'm getting. You're only seeing the negative. You are not seeing the positives that are right in front of you. You're not seeing the beauty that is right in front of you. You need to switch things up this month, otherwise you will have a bit of a I want to say drab, a drab month, but you can shift that energy. It's being aware of the energy when it's coming in, when you're in it, and saying, no, I don't want this, and you then have to actively shift that energy. If it is somebody around you, that is that negative person, and it's bringing you down, then you need to be decisive. You need to make a decision on, Are you going to allow that person into your life and make you feel like that? Or are you going to take a step back? Are you just going to come away for a bit and see how you feel on your own or around different people? There's also this sort of new energy for you coming in as well. There's a new sort of friends as well. It feels like new friendships being struck up. And again, I feel like this is like mums as well. There could be mums outside school is what I'm seeing. So there may be some friendships that are being struck up there, and it will be sort of quite opening for you in it feels new for you. It's not something that you maybe easily make friends, but I feel like there is this sort of new energy that is coming in with it. Like there is this sort of new vibrant, exciting, more joyful, more happy energy right there if you look for it. If you're looking down all the time and you're only looking into the darkness and the negativity that is around, then you're not going to see this beautiful brightness that is right in front of your face. So there is this need to be aware of who's around you, who's making you feel what way, and making decisions then in how you're going to move forwards. I feel like there is decisions with you at the minute, and it does feel friendship wise here in somebody that is making you not feel yourself anymore, whether they are. It's almost like there's a growing within you. There's this growth that is happening, and you're kind of evolving. Group 3, you're evolving into more of yourself. I'm seeing a phoenix. It's that rising from the ashes. You've been hurt in the past, but you're coming out of this. You're really sort of, there is this taking on your own strength. There's power, there's all this, but when you're around, there's somebody that is around you that makes you feel insecure, makes you feel like you're not good enough. So just, you need to make some decisions, and it feels like there has been thoughts of coming away from that person, but you haven't quite done it. You're feeling guilty about it, but you have to do what is right for you. With the pentacles here, this is that sort of completion. This is things coming together, finances, feeling more complete. It's that abundance that is waiting for you. So like if I put these two cards together, I feel like this could be your October month. But if you're not aware of everything that's going on and how you're feeling, then this could be your October month, where it's indecisiveness, looking into the past, looking into the negativity that's around you, seeing negativity in everything, crying over spilt milk, that sort of thing. Whereas this is what you want and this is what you need, but you have to take actions to get to this, of this sort of celebration, joyfulness, this joy and happiness returning, happy family. Feels like as well, family wise, does feel quite happy within your own family. It feels quite I'm getting children. I've had children in every single one of these, I'm sure I have. But around children, there's this happiness around children within your group in October. There's this sort of joyfulness, playfulness that's there, and I also want you to take on that energy of that joyful, innocent playfulness that we see in children. I want you to be more toddler-like be inquisitive about things, be like, oh, what's this, what does this do, and take on that energy through the whole of October. Because you have these two very sort of definite energies that are possibilities there. So there is this possibility for transformation for you, and again, this joy and happiness returning, it is there, it is within your grasp. But I do feel like group 1, you have to put some work in for it. You really do have to put your efforts in, but it is a time of great change and growth, joy and happiness returning to you. You've come a long way on your journey, big transformations happening, and again, I do feel like you have come a long way on things and things that have hurt you in your past, and moving past them. You are moving past it. I do feel like they are in the past as well. And then I have got patience as well. So it's that sort of wanting things to happen quite quickly, almost where I felt like you were kind of looking for a relationship, wanting somebody in the winter and everything. It's having patience for what is come into you and how things move. It feels like things have been slow progress for you over the last sort of 3-4 months. Things haven't been happening as quickly as you've wanted, group 3, and you kind of like, come on, you're eager, you want things to be done, and it's just have a little bit more patience is what I'm being told. A little bit more patience. You're doing really well, you're nearly there, you're getting close to some kind of completion in a project or work-wise. There's something that you've been wanting that is going to be coming, but you just got to have a little bit more patience. And you're at an end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So again, that happiness is there, but you've got to let things happen by themselves. You can't force them to happen. And you will be divinely guided to where you need to be and who needs to be in your life as well. You've got some great potential and your dreams are coming true. There is so much within you that you are very... Group 3, you feel like you don't have the confidence in yourself. You feel like you are questioning things all the time. You are not. And again, that's that sort of indecisiveness. And this feels like this could be business-wise here. So this could be job or your own business, or thinking about your own business, or thinking of changing a job. This feels like there is sort of a change happening. Again, with this transformation, there is a change happening. Business, job-wise, career, there's a change, and it's going to be a positive change, and it will be a change towards what you actually want out of life with the dreams. And then you have this great potential within yourself to achieve everything that you want. You hold yourself back though. Your confidence, your doubts, your mind is like spiraling sometimes. But you have the potential within you, and you need to grow that over October. October is about really setting your intentions and growing what it is that you want. And also, I would say with this about holding things a little bit close to your chest, because I feel like there is that sort of maybe that friend that I picked up earlier that is a little bit... We're uncertain, we're unsure of this person. So just keep things close to your chest, because I feel like that person is going to be somebody that tells you you can't do it, that you shouldn't do it, that you're stupid to change while you have a good job, instead of why would you go after something that you don't know whether you're going to make money in. And it's that sort of very negative attitude that will stop you. That there would stop you from actually doing what your intuition is telling you, what you're being guided to do. That one person would change your life. It will change what it is that you need. So so every pile I picked a animal card and asked what energy that pile needed to take on. So pile 3, you need to take on the dragonfly energy. And this is illusion, and you know who you really are. So again, I'm coming back to that negativity, that friend that is negative, or it could even be family members that are being negative. There is that, whoever it is, it can really affect you. You take on like their sort of opinions quite matter-of-factly, like it's what they say is what goes, but that's not how it needs to be. And that's where you need to take on, who you really are, because you know what your dreams are. Only you know what your dreams are. Nobody else can know what your dreams are. Only you know what it is that you want. So you need to take on that energy, remember that energy for the whole of October, because I feel like it may initially start like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you're feeling it and you're kind of in the motion of it, and then I feel like you hit a bump in the sort of second, third week of October. Feels like there's a bump, there is something knocks your confidence, and then you start thinking, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good enough for this, I shouldn't even think that I could do this, and I want to stop you right there. Go, remember me when this happens. Go in, don't listen to yourself, and take on that energy of, I know who I am and I am going for my dreams. You are going for your dreams, and you need to remember that and use that and set that as sort of like your intention as well. So shift your focus, change your mindset. This is the main thing for you this month, is shifting your mindset. Dreams do come true. Start believing it. You are worthy. Motivation, choose victory. So I literally feel like this card sums up the entire of October for you, and the energies that you need to take on, and the mindsets that you need, and the dreams that can come true and that are there ready for you. But it's you that is stopping you, pile 3. You are the one stopping yourself from progressing in October. So we are changing, we are shifting, we are transforming the energy this month, and we are going to be amazing. So I'm going to leave that there with you. And I hope you have a wonderful October, and please let me know how everything goes in the comments below. Thank you for watching.